Hi, welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to create a menu item for users to be able to update status or log out. Just like we have in our app, it's called this. So if I log in, or just simply, we'll just log in. And so a menu item is click that, I can update, or a user can log out and be taken back to the login activity. They can be able to log in or create an account if they don't have one. So let's go ahead and create a menu item for the homepage activity. Now inside of our menu items, to start creating menu items for activities, the folder that you should be looking for is located inside of res, the resource folder, and it's the menu folder. And inside of that, you'll be able to get access to the specific files, XML files for your activities. So in this case, you're looking for homepage.xml, and this is coinciding homepage activity. So and login.xml is for the login activity, register is for the register activity. So you're looking for the homepage activity, and make sure it's homepage activity because sometimes I end up confusing, and that's a common mistake. All right, so here we have a settings. This setting is now what is showing in the homepage, and that is evident by simply going to our app. It's called I called it login. I don't know why I changed the name for that. I need to check that. All right, so let me actually first of all change its name right now because that is a problem. Actually, it's in the values strings. It's app name. Label is app name. And okay. So you want when the user launch, they go to the homepage activity. So this is supposed to be actually homepage. But in this case, I'll leave it at that, and I'll edit those later. Sorry for that, guys, and I'll just head back and just keep going with the name like that. I won't worry about that right now. It's called login. So let me just show you exactly how it looks right now. And if I click on the homepage, I see settings, and this is what we have here, the settings. So we want to get rid of the setting, and let's create a new ID and call this update status. And then we're going to call the title. The title for this is going to be update, and I don't need the category in order, and I want to show it as action, and I set this as always so that it appears always on the homepage, and on the action bar pretty much. And then what else do we need? We might need the icon, but I don't have an icon right now. So I'll copy the same and put another one for logout, and I change this to logout user. That's the ID, and then I'll call this logout, and this one is never, so that it doesn't show in the action bar all the time, so that it kind of prompts the user to log out. Something of the sort. So now, since we have those, if we run the app, you should be able to see update and log out. So, okay, I need to log in again here. Okay, can't log in for some reason. I don't have somebody called good in there. That's in the other. All right, so we have update showing in the action bar, and then we have the logout not showing because we set it to never. So this is what I intended to do, show you. So if you set it as always, it will always show an action bar. And then there's always if room that you could always set. Always if there's room, you could always show it if there's room. So there's more options you can set there. So with that, having done that, now let's give it some action that when you click it, we want to create another activity that user can go and update their status. So let's create a new activity where people could add to change their status. So we create new activity and a blank activity, and we're going to call this update status activity, and that's okay, and we're set. And now after creating that activity, we'll now say we want now when the update is clicked, the user will be taken to add an item. So we say let me get rid of this. Let me actually not do it first. But that is done inside of this method called on options item selected menu item. So this is where you get the ID of your menu item. And then if the ID is equals to, so we start first of all by holding the ID in an int, and then we say if the ID is this, we find the view by its ID. Action that we return true. We do some stuff in here and then return true. So like toast or something. So to make this easy, I always like using switch method instead. It's kind of like if, but more preferred. So it says switch ID, and then we now start checking in here, and we say case, and then case r.id dot. The ID we give to our update button is update status. Update status. Case ID, and then this is, make sure it's a colon, not a semicolon. Guess it's that, do something here, and then we want to break. Always make sure you put break. And then, so if it's update status is clicked, we want to take user to update status activity. And then case r.id dot, and the logout is logout user, logout ID, logout. Okay, so let's get this right here. Why can't I get access to it? There you go now. All right, so logout user, colon, do something and then break. So what do we want to do here? We want to log out the user. So first of all, let's take the user to the new activity, and that is very simple, like we've already showed you, and we're going to use intent. So we're going to say intent equals to new intent, and where we're coming from is the homepage activity that this, the context, or we can just say this. In this case, we don't have to write homepage because we can able to get access to the context. And we write that with this, and we're going to update status activity dot class. And then after doing that, we now call start activity, and then we start the intent. And let's try that out. And so that when the user, okay, And then if I update, oh, okay, that's weird. Okay, do that break, switch ID. Let me try running it again. Okay, and I'm landing in the login activity all the time, so update now I'm able to do it. So if you can see, I'm able to update and I'm able to go to update status activity. So that is great. Now let's see how we can log out a user. And logging out a user is very easy, and this is done by parse. You can simply call, I don't even have to copy it, just simply write parse user dot logout, and the users will be logged out. Now, after the user is logged out, you want to take the user back to the login screen. Take the user back to the login screen. So we say use an intent here as well. Take user to login equals to new intent. We're coming from excuse me, this context, and we're heading to the login activity dot class, and then we start activity, then take user to login. So let's try this out. Okay, so let's log in, and then say login, then login. Then we are welcomed. We're now out of the current user. We're now a user in session, so we can do stuff, get update status, like do that, all that kind of stuff. Then you can also log out, and when you log out, you're taken back to the home screen. And yeah, so that's something we have to fix when you click back. So in the next video, we'll be talking about how to arrange our app now. Since we have the homepage, the login, and the register activities created, we're going to see now how we want our app to work according to the previous slide we talked about when we started. So we're going to see how if the user is not logged in, they'll be taken to the homepage, to the login page where they can log in or create an account. So we'll see that in the next video.